The Boy Who Caught a Rainbow. Tommy loved taking his favorite toys with him when he went out to play with his best friend David. He always carried his remote-controlled car under his arm and tucked 2 walkie-talkies neatly in his lunchbox. While playing, David accidentally broke Tommy's car. The 2 boys argue over the broken toy.
"I'm not playing with you anymore."
"I can't believe that. It was just an accident."
Tommy picked up the broken pieces and slowly walked home. He locked himself in his room and lays on the bed, feeling upset.
"I'm never sharing again,"
he said, before crying himself to sleep. The following day, thunder boomed and lightning flashed across the sky, waking Tommy up. The rain poured down, tapping against his window like a drum. When the rain stopped, Tommy jumped out of bed and looked outside. The sun peeked out from behind the clouds, and there it was, a beautiful rainbow stretching across the sky in magical colors. Excited, Tommy ran outside as fast as he could, holding his lunchbox, and hurried until he reached the rainbow. He jumped right into it, and each color, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and violet, made him feel warm and happy. Tommy wished he could stay in the rainbow forever. He then wondered, could I catch the rainbow? He held his lunchbox under the rainbow, squeezed his eyes shut, and slammed the cover shut. When he opened his eyes, the rainbow had disappeared. Could it be inside the box? Tommy raced home to see if he caught the rainbow. Back in his room, after placing his box on the table and opening the lid, Tommy was surprised to see the rainbow burst out, filling his room with sparkling colors. After closing the lid and trapping the rainbow inside, Tommy went to his room and hid his box under the bed, feeling happy inside. The next time it rained, the sun shone through the clouds. Tommy looked out his window, saw his neighbors and children looking sad, and wanted to know why. Tommy went up to some of the children and asked,
"What's wrong? Why is everyone so sad?"
"There's no rainbow,"
answered the man standing nearby. Tommy felt a bit sad for them, but he didn't care. He wasn't going to share his rainbow. He hurried home, but after opening his box, something wasn't right. The rainbow wasn't as bright as before. Tommy kept the box hidden, and each time it rained, the rainbow grew smaller and smaller. Soon, it was no bigger than the tiny flame of a candle. How could something so big and beautiful shrink to something so small? Tommy wondered. He realized that keeping the rainbow all to himself no longer made him feel happy. It wasn't worth it if he couldn't share it. So Tommy went to David's house and described what he had and convinced David to go with him. They went to Tommy's room, and a tiny spark of light shot out when Tommy opened the lunchbox, expanding into a tiny rainbow. Tommy excitedly invited his sister Susie to join them. The 3 watched as the rainbow grew brighter and bigger, filling the room with happiness. It feels so good to share, Tommy thought with a big smile. The next time they had a storm. The sky turned dark, and the thunder seemed even louder than before. However, Tommy knew precisely how to react. As the rain ceased, he grabbed his lunchbox and dashed to the hill where he first spotted the rainbow. Tommy set the box on the ground and opened it wide. The rainbow jumped from the box and soared into the sky, brighter and bigger than ever before. It wasn't Tommy's rainbow anymore. It was everyone's.